Back on the Anglers Extra pregame show from Lowell Park, I'm Johnny Wincott. This is John Schiffner, and it's time for the Manager's Show. Schiff, you try and get back up to 500 at 8-9-1 after a tough loss at home to Harwich, 7-3. You're a manager that sort of preaches defense and fundamentals, but that game did not see much of it from your squad.
No, that was a stinker. We threw a stinker at them. That was not a good effort all the way around. We just did not play a very good baseball game. And, baseball happens sometimes. You just got to, roll off that one. And today's a new day, and you had a day off in between. Let's get rid of that game, and let's play again.
Is that what you told the guys in right field after the game?
Yep, that's exactly what we told them.
Now, in tonight's lineup, Blake Butera has been shifted back to shortstop. Garrett Hampson goes to Butera to second base, Hampson to shortstop, and Simmons back to third base. How come you went with the rotation?
Blake's a second baseman too, and we're all rotating them around just to give everybody chances to play the positions they played at school, the positions they're going to play at school, and to give them opportunities to play other positions with the scouts and see how versatile they are. I think that does help in that process.
Well, the team you go up against is the Cotuit Kettleers, the defending champions of the Cape League. They're at 9-9, so a similar record to you guys. They sit in the West, you in the East. But a doubleheader a couple of weeks ago, you guys were swept 4-1 and 3-0. The second game, you guys only had one hit. What did you learn about this Kettleers team? Well,
it's a typical Mike Roberts team. They're fundamentally sound. They play good defense and they pitch well. And anything how they hit is a bonus. So, we expect nothing different from tonight. It's going to be hopefully a good battle, because when we play our game, that's the way we play. So it's just a matter of getting rid of the last two outings we've had and play the game we're accustomed to playing.
Well, you mentioned their manager, Mike Roberts. He's the former manager of the University of North Carolina Tar Heels. You guys go way back. What's the first memories you have of Mike Roberts?
Well, he's just, he was one of the first guys that recognized that what we were doing here was pretty special. And he had coached in the league. He had come up for a visit and hadn't been there in a long time. Now, I did not coach against Mike in the 80s. I was scouting with the Expos at the time. But he liked what he saw and started sending players there, and I'll be forever grateful he sent us Brian. So I think that's an ultimate compliment to what we kind of do here at Chatham, that he made sure that he told me, he didn't ask me, he told me Brian will be playing for us, and I'll be forever grateful for that.
Well, he was the manager of UNC for about 20 years. Do you remember who the very first player that he sent from North Carolina to Chatham was?
Oh boy. I think it was a group of 3 or 4. Chad Holbrook, Keith Grunwald, Derek Manning in 1992, if I'm not mistaken. But it could have been even before that. But that seems to ring a bell with me at that point.
And now you have 2 Tar Heels on the team in Landon Lassiter and Zach Gallen. Is your connection now Scott Forbes?
Yes, and Coach Fox. When Coach Fox took over, there was no question where the kids were going. They knew the Chatham connection was there. There's always room for 3 or 4 Carolina Tar Heels up here, and it's been that way ever since.
So when Roberts left North Carolina, the transition to the new coach and sending players to Chatham was very smooth?
Right, because Chad Holbrook was by then was the assistant. And he said, we want to send our kids. Coach Fox was new to Division I baseball a little bit and wasn't familiar with, he came out of, I believe, North Carolina Wesleyan. It might have been Presbyterian, I'm not sure. And he wasn't accustomed to sending kids out to the Cape Cod League from the school he came from. And when he got there, Chad says, well, we're sending our guys to Chatham. And he says, okay. And, that was it. It was a very simple process.
Well, tonight it's a Kennesaw State guy that goes on the mound, Jordan Hillier. He's 2-0, a sub-1 ERA. Can you say that he has been the best starting pitcher on your team so far?
Yeah, I'd say so. He's thrown very, very well. Very consistent. Pitches to contact, gets his strikeouts when he needs them. Very efficient, low pitch counts. So he's done very well for us.
Well, tonight he goes up against the Cotuit Kettleers at Lowell Park. Manager John Schiffner, good luck.
Thank you, Johnny.
Now let's send it back to the booth with Dom Catronio.